All right. Well, today on Marty's First Looks, we're going to dig into another Kindle Vella story. For those who've been following along, Kindle Vella is Amazon's new serialized fiction service. I'm going to actually look at it on an iPad, but you can also look at it on an iPhone as well as on the web. Hopefully, the service will come to Android as well in the future. In order to find it, if you're not familiar with it, because I've had people come out and tell me that they didn't have Kindle Vella. So if you have the Kindle application on an iDevice, you have it. You'll see it under Discover and Kindle Vella, which will take you to this section. Now let's take a few seconds to talk briefly about what Kindle Vella is before I dig into today's first look. This is a serialized fiction service that Amazon has put out. Serialized fiction is, of course, sort of short episodic tales told in chapter-like increments, and they are somewhat unending. They'll be broken up into seasons and things like that, but for the most part, the stories are designed to be ongoing. Nice thing about Kindle Vella is, of course, every story, the first 3 episodes are free. So you have an opportunity to try out all sorts of new things. Speaking of trying out, let's dive into one that I heard about this weekend that I've been interested in trying out. So I'll talk briefly about what you see on the screen here. NRDS, National Recently Deceased Services by J.T. Blakely. I like the title right out of the gate. I'm a sucker for acronyms. I got the image here in the corner, the circle image that has sort of a CSI-like treatment. Let's talk briefly about what we're seeing on the screen. Of course, you have the title and the author. The 11 here in the upper left-hand corner is the number of episodes. 206 next to that little thumbs up icon is exactly that. It's 206 thumbs up. That's 206 times someone has said, yep, I like this story. And then top faved is essentially just what it sounds. It means that people have assigned a favorite to it. They've said it's a favorite in one of its existing categories. And of course, enough favorites gets you this nifty little crown that you'll see in the corner. So now that we've covered kind of the basics of Kindle Vella, let's jump right in and read the blurb for this story. So ghosts are real, and there's an underfunded government agency that helped the deceased transition into the afterlife. Spiritual energy is running wild in the rural Midwest, and when a remote NRDS office settles in, nothing goes according to plan. Follow this cast of NRDS, or as I would call nerds, as they work through spirit cases, struggle with small-town politics, and try and dig themselves out of tons and tons of paperwork. Because what is a government agency without an insurmountable amount of red tape? All right, so right out of the gate, it fits a couple of things that I like, which is horror and comedy mixed together. In fact, if you look at the tags here, you'll see funny, ghosts, comedy, horror, mystery, adventure, humor. That sounds like my cup of tea. It sounds like something I would like. Looks like it's frequently updated 5 times in the last 30 days, and the author has categorized this as humor and paranormal. So first thing I want to do is jump right into that first episode. So I'll do that now, and I'll read just a few lines, a few paragraphs of it to give you a feel for how the author writes. High strung. This ghost killed 2 of our agents, and we're just going to stand here with our dicks in our hands? The spunky agent with a high ponytail said. Buck ignored her, shifting his weight from his right leg to his left as he looked past the bright sodium streetlights to apartment 1097. I say we just charge in and take this bastard down, one of the younger agents declared. The kid looked barely out of high school, barely even peach fuzz on his baby face. He looked especially young, standing next to the guy built like a tank with tattoos streaming up his neck. Buck hoped something would happen soon. His 61-year-old knees couldn't stand here much longer, and the 5 NRDS agents crowding behind him only added to his discomfort. They all wore the same crisp black and white suit, too, which clashed with his well-worn brown one. Even the briefcases they held looked brand new compared to his older model. Newbie nerds, always dressed to impress. Come on, Chief, there's 6 of us and 1 of it. We can take it, Tattoo Neck agreed. We wait on Buck, Agent Rogers said. She was a tall black woman with a shaved head, a gold nose ring. She was their team leader, and the only one who seemed to know what she was doing. The National Recently Deceased Services was smart to make her a team leader, Buck thought. What are we waiting for, Buck? Baby-faced whined. Buck sighed and loosened the tie around his neck. Come on, Chief. This old-timer here is going to have us standing out here all night, Tattoo Neck complained. We wait on Buck, Rogers said. So It's an interesting opening. I like the idea. I'm getting a very CSI sort of vibe. We've got agents, we've got ghosts, we've got sort of a policey kind of drama, but with a little bit of paranormal in it. I can certainly see, given the author's choice of terms and choice of material, where the humor is going to be coming. So I like it. It might be the kind of thing that fits for you. By all means, check it out. Again, the first 3 episodes are always free. I'm going to jump down here to the end, and I'm going to talk briefly about what comes at the end of every Kindle Vella episode, and that is the note from the author. Thanks for giving NRDS a chance. I hope you're enjoying it, because I have so much more in store for you. I really love writing Buck. He's that old curmudgeon inside all of us who just wants to sit back and enjoy a glass of scotch. Now that you've seen him and what NRDS is all about, time to get back to the basics in the next episode. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. Your feedback means everything and keeps me motivated to keep you entertained. New episodes will be in your feed every Thursday. Connect with me on Instagram at JTBlakelyAuthor or Twitter at JTBlakely. Now, he talked about thumbs up. If I keep scrolling here on the page, if I scroll beyond the end of the line, what will happen is an icon will come up, gives me an opportunity to thumbs up that story like the author asked, and also to follow it. Following it will keep you up to date when new episodes drop. Even though he says they'll be coming every Thursday, I can go ahead and follow to get the story as well, or to get updates rather, sent to my device. So this gives you sort of a high-level feel for the story, this NRDS, a sort of paranormal CSI tale. You can get more information on it and on Kindle Vella on the links below where this video is hosted. Thanks a lot, and happy reading.